Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the NSC. Today is a very honorable day. We are here to host the first hostee, APT Commodities Limited. It's a great event for us. I know we've all read about the Ibuka Program. We've seen a lot of interest from the market. And today we're actually here to acknowledge and experience that level of interest that we've seen from our first hostee. So I'll start by inviting CMA. Some remarks from the CMA. We have Conrad Afandi. Welcome.
In 2016, at CMA, we tried to come up with a concept that would demystify listings, that would make it, for the layman's terms, to make it understandable by every person. So we came up with a concept called the Business Incubator and Accelerator on the Listing Experience. Bit of a long word. And then what we did was we set up at the Hilton Hotel where we invited 33 companies to have a one-on-one with transaction advisors, the NSC, lawyers, accountants, on a one-on-one basis to have an in-depth discussion of the listing process. And the whole agenda was, after that event, was to have a transaction advisor actually work with them so that they can actually eventually list. Now, that was in 2016. Now, what the challenge was how do you maintain that momentum? What's the next step? Okay, yes, we created an incubator, but how do we move from there? And that's what we were struggling with. Okay, and so I'm so happy that NSC, when we talk about innovation, you can't get any more innovative than Ibuka. When everything came together, you cannot get more innovative than having a platform that takes you on a step-by-step, that gets your books ready, gets your financial statements ready so that you can list. And the beauty about the program is you get visibility, and hopefully you'll actually encourage other companies in the pipeline. And I'm happy to note that I've seen the list of the other companies, and we've engaged quite a number, which is quite exciting. So I think this is going to be a really good year. It's a really good way to get started. APT Commodities, we will be at a different ball game in a few years from now, okay? And we'll remember the day we all gathered here and said, wait, watch that space in 5 years. There'll be a force to reckon with, because if you think about the opportunity to raise capital, and you all understand that capital markets is the cheaper alternative to raise capital, okay? So think about the expansion and the kind of things it'll do, okay? And expand, and when you expand, you create employment, you create more products, and when that happens, the economy is good. And that actually takes us a step closer to achieving Vision 2030.
I am particularly happy to be with you here today to witness this new beginning, to witness the flagging off of the first Ibuka hostee company. For those of you like me that may not have scored very highly in Kiswahili, Ibuka means to emerge. Ibuka is a concept that was born out of the realization that more needed to be done to encourage companies to come and list at the NSC. But Ibuka is more than a concept. Ibuka is a vision that is very dear to my heart. A vision set against a backdrop of diminished interest by both private and public sectors from listing at the NSC. A vision born out of the realization that there exists a need for companies to be restructured and to prepare them to either get listed or get traded or raise debt at the exchange. And this vision demanded a complete paradigm shift, a reinvention of the wheel, if I can put it that way. In a nutshell, the Ibuka program is going to incubate high potential companies and midwife them to become stronger corporate entities through a very well choreographed visibility strategy. Entities that shall endear trading partners, satisfy shareholders, and attract investors, both local and foreign. By so doing, the Ibuka program is going to deliver a vibrant capital markets in a scale and magnitude, I dare say, perhaps not witnessed before in the capital markets industry in Kenya. APT Commodities today goes down in history as the first company to be hosted on the Ibuka Incubator Board of the NSE. For APT Commodities, today's success is the beginning of another journey, a happy journey, a journey of growth, a journey of restructuring, a journey of strength, a journey of self-improvement, and a journey of self-discovery. On behalf of the Kenya Association of Stockbrokers and Investment Banks, it is with great pride and personal pleasure that I invite the world to watch APT Commodities emerge and grow. Or as it is said in Kiswahili, Ibuka.
For a very long time, we have been overly reliant on clients approaching the exchange to do a listing, and not the other way around, of trying to approach the client to do the listing. We've also been over-reliant on our transaction advisors to bring issues to the market, and really not really having a very sort of direct role in terms of creating and growing the listings. We've also been out there educating the public, talking to various issuers, trying to encourage people to come to the market, but the uptake has never really been there because there's been no tangible output that could say, what is it that you're going to give me to come there? This has been a very joint initiative between the capital markets, the CASIB, and the NSC. So it's a joint tripartite effort, and we would not like to take the wholesome credit for it. I think it's been one of the first products that we've done jointly as a market regulator, as industry player, and as an infrastructure provider to provide an opportunity for companies to come into the market and think through or think outside the box towards how can this happen. It's an innovative idea. It's the first that's been done anywhere. We have programs like this that are running in other markets, but they're not exactly like this. So we have actually, in the spirit of the Kenyan spirit of innovation, created a new way of listing companies for the future. So on December 2018, we launched the market and education sensitization for the Ibuka program. And it was aimed to enhance visibility, offer companies access to a host of experienced advisors and consultants, and also international investors. Being on this platform automatically exposes you to that audience that would otherwise not be available if you just remained as you are. So today you're actually scaling up to a new level, whole paradigm shift for you by just coming into the NSC platform. And that is one of the key benefits that you will see yourself or your firm having. Under this program, we will run incubation programs. They will basically cut across in terms of giving you an experience about capital market financing, corporate restructuring, governance, risk management, all in one house. Because we have got a training school with a faculty in place, with industry experts, and not just academic experts, but people who are actually doing the trade. We'll also enable you get access to a host of international investors. One of the immediate things you'll get, a very busy website, and emails and visits, because these investors are looking for opportunity and they want to see what companies are doing. And once you're in our platform, they appreciate that you've obtained certain levels of assessment and vetting to give them confidence to engage with you. And that's one thing that you'll also see very, very visibly. Being the first of the few that we're going to list in the first 20 or 30 days, we feel very privileged that you have been very committed. You've come right at the beginning of the year. This is exactly what we wanted to see, companies taking quick turnaround in making decisions. And hence we believe that you'll become a reference case for many others. So it's important that you you do it right, you stand the test of time, so that more and more can feel confident to come to the market. And more delighted that you're actually not even in Nairobi, in Mombasa. We'd like to see companies listing even across the country, not just Nairobi-based companies, but companies whose headquarters are based outside, so that we can actually open up new investor pools. We open up counties as far as Turkana, Garissa. We want to see all these companies come through. And that's why Ibuka happens to be a very, very accommodative platform because it's not, has no restrictions in terms of the listing requirements. It's basically an onboarding platform. And so any company can join, be it a fintech startup, be it a middle-level company, be it a big company.
When I decided I want to run my own company, that is APT Commodities Limited, I left a very recruitive employment, and everybody was asking me, why would you quit a job which is paying you so well, you are driving a good car, you are staying in a good house, why would you want to risk all this? And I said, I think I've done an assessment of myself and I don't fit in this equation. Because one thing is, in a very short time, what I am doing, it can be done by anybody else. So it's not the value that I have at that moment that is important, but it's what I'm going to deliver. So if I can deliver for that person, I can also deliver for myself. APT Commodities Limited is a tea trading SME company, one of its kind, because when I tell you that we buy teas in the auction, or the tea auction based in Mombasa, we are dealing with people like Unilever. For those who you know, Unilever is a top 50 company. I think it's number 47 in the list of the top richest companies in the world. So this is an SME with nothing, as in the pocket, but you want to compete with guys who started more than 200 years back. But we realized there is something that is missing in the Kenyan economy, and that is having a company which is a company owned by Kenyans and not just the farmers, because this is where the difference is. Most of the people know that we are very good and we have very good tea as Kenyan, but producers, we produce very good tea. It's a fact. But the reality is, when you go out there, nobody talks about the cup which is being drunk. Everybody talks of Lipton tea. Lipton is not Kenyan. So I realized if we go out there and create something which can be Kenyan, first of all, we sell it in the country, let everybody talk about, instead of saying, I want a cup of tea. When I came here, actually, I even told them, you want to make a cup of tea? Then you have to make Jambo Chai. So every home has to make, instead of saying, I want to make a cup of tea or I want to make chai or whatever you call it, you say, I want Jambo Chai. So that even when you go out there, you say, I want Jambo Chai. And that is the only way we can make APTB, because we need to create that brand or any other brand that we are going to create under APT to be of value. At the back of my mind, I'm saying from today, 2019, 31st January 2019, I'll be remembering this day because the surgery that have been done to APT as a start will be forever remain in me. I will ensure, besides me as a person and my team and whoever else is going to join us, and especially my children, my kids, and especially my family, I will ensure they get to know that today is a day I've been born again. It's total transformation. I have made mistakes, yes. I have made success, yes. But one thing I know for sure today is where I want to go. Because those people, what they want and what they are being given today, they are being given by multinationals. I can be able to give them the same thing in a different format, but in a better way. Reason being, Kenya is known for exporting tea in bulk. I'm sure those are figures you know. Those are things I'm not talking like out of the ordinary. We are very known of selling tea the way it has been packed at the factory. But I'm ready now to pack a tea which can be sold to a certain market and deliver value to that country down there.
Now I'd like to re-invite back my CEO to stage. So this is the big moment we've been waiting for. This is, as we said, host tea number 001. They've been invited to the Accelerator Board. So we have the incubation board, then Accelerator. That means that their business is quite vibrant. They've been able to skip incubation and move to acceleration. Well done to that.
So it gives me great honor to be signing the first hostee in the NSC Accelerator Board. So actually they've gone a step forward. So let's give them a big hand. So I'll now take this opportunity to sign it so that and hand it over to Mr. Peter to now become our first hostee. Thank you.
So now as we wind up, I just wanted to make a remark. So you're the first, but we have over 20 others that are now very interested. I'm sure this will be a moment for them that each of them will want to experience. So there are 20 others that have expressed interest. Some we're already vetting. So it's an ongoing process. And we're working together with CMA and CASIB in making sure that process is a success.